Hi everyone, I am here with you in the Career Search interview assignment, and this video I will talk through the assignment as it has multiple parts and it is worth over 200 points in our gradebook. But this is a really cool project that allows you the opportunity to explore a career that you might be interested in. So it'll also start to balance out our quiz and test material in the gradebook and allow you to apply some of the things that you've learned in lecture. So first of all, I want to talk about who you can choose to interview for this assignment. So please don't interview somebody you know. The challenge is to get out there and meet new people and create that network and those career contacts. So again, try not to interview somebody that you know, at least not somebody that you know well by any means. Get out in the community, find somebody in your career field working in the job that you want someday. Try also not to interview a professor on campus unless there's a specific reason as to why you might want to interview a professor, such as you want to go into academia, that sort of thing. And if you have specific questions like that, please feel free to email me or jump into office hours. I'm happy to help you work through any questions or concerns you have about the assignment. So again, we're getting out into the community, finding somebody that we don't necessarily know that is doing the job we want. So with this interview, you want to get to know them, and this will help you practice those interview skills that we talked about in lecture. So here we'll just go over the assignment, and this assignment is in your syllabus, it's in your modules, several places in our course shell for you to reference and look back to. So first of all, guys, this assignment has several factors. The first is to teach you more about the career field that you're interested in, especially about communication skills needed in that career. So yes, we're looking at the career holistically, but also for this class, really focusing in on the communication skills necessary to perform that job. Number two, offer advice about how to succeed in the field, the courses you take, activities to be involved in, and this opens doors for future employment. So guys, this is not an employment interview by any means, but a cool side effect of this assignment is that some students get internship offers, even job offers down the road, just from reaching out and showing their interest. And sometimes those employers will turn around and make those offers. This is not necessarily common, and again, it's not what we're shooting for, but it could be a cool thing that happens to you based on this school assignment that you're getting points in a grade for. So kind of cool stuff going on. The career research interview has two purposes: to develop your skills in informational interviewing as an important business tool, and to help you make personal contacts with people who can help you advance towards your career goals. So I'll give you an example that's been shared within our department. This is a really, really awesome example of how this assignment has helped students in the past. So there was one student that was struggling with who he wanted to interview and the topic that he wanted to search for, or the career he wanted to search for, I should say. And he sat down with his instructor, which I'm happy to do with you, and talked about his interests. And he said that he had always been fascinated with airports and airplanes and really wanted to know what those people in the big towers do. And so his instructor encouraged him to go even just to our little tiny local airport in Larrabee, ask around, find the people that work there, and see if they'd be willing to do an interview. And they were, and he learned all about it, did his presentation, and kind of went on with things. And then several years later, the instructor received an email from that student, and that student had just secured a job at Chicago International Airport as an airport controls specialist. And he had won out that job over hundreds of applicants, which is super, super awesome. So he just emailed back to say how this assignment had really made an impact on his life and helped him figure out what he wanted to do and what he was interested in, and those people had been very inspiring to him. So awesome application of how this job or how this interview could turn into a job or could tell you yay or nay in terms of if you want to study that, if you're really interested in that career field, if that person's job lights your fire. Another example that I've also provided in lecture is when I took this class and I did my interview, I was thinking about going to law school at that time. So I interviewed a lawyer. And the lawyer said that while his job had a lot of perks, he could kind of set his own schedule, and he was doing things that he was good at, memorizing, speaking, all those kinds of things. He said that if he could go back and do it all over again, he wouldn't be a lawyer. He said that his specific area in law was kind of depressing, and he spent a lot of time working, so his work-life balance was not super on point. So in that interview, I did the assignment and learned a lot about law, and I learned the positives and the negatives. And in that assignment, I weighed that I didn't want to go to law school because for me, the negatives outweighed the positives. So even if it's a really positive thing where you're like, woohoo, this is the job I want, I got some really awesome information, it really sparked something in me, awesome, you might have the opposite and just learn what you don't want to do, which I think is equally important. So really take the time to figure out what you want to look into for this assignment, and really reach out even to the stars. Try and see if you can contact and interview people that you never thought you'd be able to reach. So I challenge you to do those kinds of things. This interview is better if you can do it face-to-face. If you can't do it face-to-face, try and set up a Skype, Zoom, or FaceTime type of interview. If you need to revert to over the phone, that's okay, but not the best. Again, we're really working on our communication skills, and a lot of that we can work on with face-to-face communication. It's harder to do over the phone. So face-to-face or a Skype type of application is best. Alright, so please use the following checklist as you complete the assignment. So this assignment is very well broken down in our syllabus and in the assignment sheet. So first of all, guys, you want to do research to the career prior to the interview. So students will research a career field they are considering after graduation. You will locate at least 3 outside sources that describe the career, components of the career, or future outlook for the career. Students will draw upon this research during their career research interview and cite all 3 references in their speech to classmates. So you're doing some background information on the career and job field itself. Then we want to arrange for an interview and actually conduct the interview. So you'll do your research, you'll find this person, you'll set up the interview, and you'll meet with this person, whether it's an individual or several individuals even within a company. You'll incorporate the concepts discussed in this class in relation to interviewing, so you might want to review that lecture and that chapter in our text. And you'll want to make arrangements for the interview early. So try and give your interviewee enough time to make this a priority in their schedule. And students will keep a log of all activities associated with this assignment and include it as an Appendix B in your paper. So basically, anytime you are communicating with the person that you are trying to interview, keep a log of your emails, how long your phone calls are, all those kinds of things, so that you can turn this in not only for me, but also reference back and see how much time these efforts take, so that you have kind of a reference point moving forward. We write a 2 to 3 page paper summarizing your findings. And here is a great checklist that you can use as you are writing your paper. So if you are going through and saying, yep, I did this, I can go through and say 5 points, 5 points, 5 points, and just make sure that everything that you were asked to cover is covered in your paper. So please use that checklist to your advantage. It's very easy for you to do well on this assignment if you are descriptive and answer each of those pieces. Harder on both of us if we don't do those things. So pay attention here to all of the material provided to help you do well on this assignment. Lastly, guys, you're going to present your findings to the class in an informative speech. So this is a 4 to 5 minute informative speech on your chosen career field, basically the findings that you came up with in this entire assignment. And there's more detailed explanation in the assignment sheet, and there's also an example in our modules. So watch that to ask me any questions that you have as this approaches. We will sign up for our groups coming up here, and it will be presented over Zoom. So if you have any questions at all about this assignment, please send me all the emails. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to meet with you individually in office hours, and if those times don't work, please just let me know. I'm here to help, and I really think that this assignment will be awesome for all of you and help you a lot in your future career search.